fears. Fear don't like you. Fear don't like you. So what do leaders do? Leaders inspire people to know who they are.
Yes.
We got to know who we are.
That's right.
But leaders are also confident in who they are.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
We got to be confident in that. I'm almost done. There were 3 boys in a schoolyard. And they wanted to talk about whose dad was the most successful. So the first boy says, my dad is so good. My dad is so successful. Look at your neighbor and say, my dad. My dad is so successful. He says that. Oh, y'all don't have to repeat the whole thing. My dad is so successful. He writes down a couple of words on a paper, scribbles on a paper, calls it a poem, and they give him $50. Second one says, shot cheese, that ain't nothing. He says, my dad is so successful. He's so good that he writes down, he scribbles a few words on a piece of paper, calls it a song, and they give him $100. First one's a poem, second one's a song. Then the third one says, get out of here, y'all. He's like, no. My dad is so successful that he scribbles a couple words on a piece of paper, calls it a sermon, and it takes 2 guys to collect all the money. That was probably Eden. But what they had was, look, they had confidence.
Yes.
They had confidence. My dad is so successful.
Yes.
That's what you gotta have. You gotta have confidence in who you are, folks.
Amen.
There's no point in knowing who you are if you don't have confidence.
That's right.
Come on. The enemy is like a roaring lion seeking
My God.
to devour its
Yes,
prey.
Lord. My God.
Satan wants to sift you. All right?
Yes.
So here comes the enemy, going all around, going through your row, going through your hood, going through your house, going through your family, who don't know who they are.
Right.
Not only that, who's perhaps heard the revelation of who they are. Oh, come on out of here, devil.
Yes.
Heard a revelation of who they are, but they're not confident in it.
Wow.
Okay? Because if you just gotten who you are, but you're not confident in it, folks, all it is, you're going by a ritual. Perhaps you're operating by something that was shared with you. Perhaps you're operating by something that was told to you should be tradition. This is who you are because this is what your grandma believed. You have the mind of Christ because your grandma believed that you have the mind of Christ. But you got to know God for yourself. Because when you know God for yourself is when you can be confident in who God said you are. Yes. So now we're talking about tradition. So the leaders, we inspire people to know who they are. The leaders, we got to be confident in who we are. But leaders, Joshua, I'm talking to you. Leader, and you just happen to be here too. Actually, leaders, guess what? Leaders touch borders.